do you duff your chip shots? Are you struggling with just general consistency when you're around the green? It's horrible because it affects your confidence. Well, in today's video, we take Jimmy through a live lesson. At the start of the lesson, he was duffing his shots, really inconsistent, and by the end of it, he was striking it so much more consistent with some simple things that we know are going to help you.
Yeah, do you know what he really did? And look, if you haven't seen our videos before and you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. And if you think this video is going to help you with your short game, with your chipping, then hit the like. So let's start the video and see if we can stop you duffing your chip shots. Okay, Jimmy, so we've got a pretty simple shot here to the white flag. Let's hit a few shots. What club are you using there first of all, actually?
I got my 52.
52, okay. So let's play some shots.
Okay.
And we'll go through this. We've got some slow-mos already. And then we'll just hit a few shots and we'll see if the normal patterns arise. That was nice. Remember how before when I said don't chip it in on your first shot on the video? But that was very good, well done. All right, let's play a few more. Okay, let's go again. Too bad. That one feel different?
It did, yeah, a little ground first.
Ground first on that one. Okay.
That's the one.
That's the one. And would it be more that one than the other one? I don't want to give them names. I don't want to give them names.
Yeah,
but
no,
yeah,
it's
more the duff.
generally that one, yeah.
Okay, okay. So when you are hitting the shot, what are you actually trying to do?
I mean, in my mind, I'm trying to imagine just making good ball first contact, kind of hit down through the ball.
Okay.
I really just am trying to avoid taking a bunch of grass before.
Okay. And that's, but if we, and just so we're aware on that as well, hitting down into the ball and down through the ball and then not taking a lot of grass, that's actually quite hard to do. So it's almost a little bit of a conflict there. Okay. When people are chipping and they're going bad, it's probably because they are trying to drive down into the back of the ball. And you can see from your setup, it looks that way. The shaft is being lent forward, the ball's a little bit further back in the stance. So I suppose the one thing that I want to say to you is, how about if we could actually hit the ground here and still hit a good shot? Would that sound nice? Well, that expression there, yep, give me that please. Okay, so I'm actually going to go through that now. So I'm actually going to encourage you to try and hit the ground before the ball. We could say try and duff it, but I'm actually going to encourage you to hit the ground before the ball and we'll see what actually happens. Andy, if you can just hold that a sec. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move the golf ball further forward in the stance. I'm going to bring the club shaft quite a bit more upright as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to move that out of the way. Now all I want you to do is to swing back and through and just brush the ground for me. May take a few shots just to get that brush. Okay, again, just relax it there, start again. And again, we're up nice and high. Feels really weird, doesn't it? That?
It does, yeah.
It's so strange when you do this for the first time. You'll probably need to really exaggerate it or do it in front of a mirror or get some video feedback because it will feel really strange. Okay, we may move you in a little bit closer when there's a ball there potentially. So again, brush for me. Get that brush. Okay, so ball is actually ever so slightly forward. We can mess around with the ball position a little bit as we go through this. Club really high. Everything else that you do, and from there I just want you to brush the grass. Okay, that was nice. Tell me how that felt.
Felt good. Felt a little off the toe.
A little off the toe, okay,
yeah.
Cool. All right, good. Let's go again, I'm just gonna move you there. So again, ball forward, handle nice and high, give me a brush. Maybe a little out of toe again.
Yeah, a little bit.
And look, that can actually happen when we get the shaft a little bit more upright, and it actually does offer that to happen a little bit more, which is fine though, because lots of great chippers get the ball ever so slightly out the toe.
I think a lot of the issues come from most golfers as well, is when they are literally trying to hit down on their chip shots. As soon as golfers try and hit down on the chip shots, they put the ball back, the club is descending too much. The issue is then the club just digs into the ground and you can really get that horrible duff where the ball just goes nowhere. What Pierce is trying to do now is trying to almost create this more of a, not necessarily a down, more of a level hit here where we can use the sole of the club to brush the ground. What Jimmy's been trying to do is avoid the ground completely by hitting down on the back of the ball. You need it to be absolutely spot on to hit the shot, otherwise it can go drastically wrong.
Okay, how about that one?
A little bit better.
A little better?
Yeah.
So here's the thing on this. Is it 3 shots? You thin the last one and you duff the first 2. And look where they are. They're pretty close. Right. So here's the thing. And when I asked you as well, how did it feel, that first one? Yeah. You actually said, yeah, it was good. It was just a little bit out of toe. You hit the ground that far before the ball. Now with your old technique, that would have been disaster. It wouldn't have made the green. Right. So what we're going to do here, what we're basically doing is giving you a more consistent technique which allows you to land your club on the ground, brush through the ground and then come out of the ground. Okay, so here we go. This is how we round it off. And I want you to feel, I'm just going to get in there, that you sort of trap my hands there, and I want you to swing back and keep my hands trapped. So the only way you can do this now is by turning your body a bit more. Beautiful. Okay, do that yourself. So you're now just getting the body to move a little bit more, but get me the brush on the ground as well. Again, up nice and high. Get that brush. Good. So you can see when you're finishing the shot now, you're turning really well. And look, we saw this on Jimmy's golf swing. He did so many good things. So he does so many good things here with his chipping action. It's just a couple of things that are actually leaving you astray, which for a year of golf is actually amazing.
I think it's interesting to talk about this as well, is that what Jimmy, what you were trying to do was you were trying to hit the ball only. It's almost like I just want to hit the ball. And we always said there's two interactions that we want. We want the club and the ball, but then we also want the club and the ground. So notice when I'm hitting the ground here, I'm not just hitting I'm not sort of brushing the top of the grass. And you'll hear the difference in how this sounds. Notice what I'm doing here. I've got an awareness of how the sole of the club is interacting with the turf.
Sure.
And I would say on every short game shot, you having that awareness of, oh, I want to feel the ground. I want to feel how that club interacts with the ground. That makes a huge difference on your confidence on these shots, because then you're not going, I need to get this precisely just on the back of the ball and hit the perfect shot.
Sure.
It frees everything up to go, oh, now I can really allow the club to glide and use the sole. And I think that's something that you can put into these practice swings.
I think exactly that. I think we get to the side now. So yeah, set yourself up to the side. Ball forward, club shaft nice and upright. We've got the thought process and the technique of turning, but make sure we get that brush like Andy was doing just. Beautiful.
You almost want to feel on this as well. Almost want to hear the earth.
You can see when you're doing this, you're giving it a haircut effectively. You're not scalping it.
You can just
almost.
feel that club glide across the surface there, yeah?
So we go. Nice. Again, a little bit off on the pace that time, but the strike was fantastic.
Perfect contact. Good.
So one.
And that's hitting ground too early, but that's good, because now you've got it. Your margin for error now isn't so small. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Love
really
that
good.
one. There's the feel, whether you can feel that. Can you just feel how the club's sort of landing and a little bit of gliding?
A little bit of grass.
There,
yeah.
that's it. That's the one. That's the one for me there.
It's almost like a plane landing and then taking off again.
Got it.
So it hits the ground, lands on the ground. We don't hit the ground in the plane. Lands on the ground, stays on the ground for a little bit, and then comes up.
Okay.
It doesn't go continuing straight down. So hit me one more.
Beautiful.
Again, so good. And actually, a good element of check on it as well. So it's actually a really good way of getting a little bit more backspin on those chips as well.
Perfect. Great stuff there, Jimmy.
Thank you, guys.
Really good. Great
Appreciate
driver
it.
lesson as well. I'm looking forward to seeing the results in that. Guys, hope you enjoyed that. And if you want to check out Jimmy's driver lesson where we got rid of that two-way miss, click the link down in the description and start that free trial today. And we'll see you soon. Thanks again.